Welcome back to a Faster PC live support. I know you've been waiting all week for this show. Well, you don't have to wait any longer. Get excited. This time, this is exciting. We're actually going to be helping people resolve their computer problems. We may help you resolve your computer problems. So give us a call, 772-340-1590, 772-340-1590. Or you can head over to our Facebook or YouTube video. Either go to Facebook, search for a Faster PC. We have almost 23,000 likes. Go to YouTube. YouTube channel is kind of new, and we don't have as many likes over there, but get over there and you can watch the show there as well. Or you can head to our website at fasterpc.com. We have links to both our Facebook page and our YouTube channel where you can watch this show in its entirety. And you know what? If you're driving down the road, you're doing other things, you're not able to watch right now, you'll be able to watch the show in its entirety at your convenience after the show is over. So, but if you have a computer question, if you have a computer problem, if something's not working, now is your chance to get your problem solved for free. Give us a call, 772-340-1590, and let's see whether we can help you on this show resolve your computer problem. Also, we do have technicians that are standing by in the shop ready to resolve computer problems, and we'll be there today until 2, but you don't have to wait until then. Remember, computer problems?
You need a Faster PC.
Yes, you do, and we are back ready to answer your computer questions. Give us a call, 772-340-1590, 772-340-1590, a Faster PC live technical support. We'll answer your computer and technical questions. And so head on over to our Facebook page, our YouTube channel, where you can watch the show live. You can enter your questions in as well. And what we'll be doing is we'll actually be showing you the steps that we go through sometimes to actually resolve a Faster PC, to resolve your computer problems. So give us a call, 772-340-1590, 772-340-1590. One of the things I did want to just go over here is to, I did want to just, one thing that we talked about last week that you actually is still going on. We did show you how you can actually view live the NFL draft without a cable TV package. And this past week we did roll out that video where you can watch that video as a standalone video. Of course, you can watch the entire show last week anytime you want, but you can watch just that video as a standalone video. You can do that over on our Facebook page or our YouTube channel. We have links to both of those on our website, so head over and you can actually see those. You can see how to do it. One thing that I did not know, and I didn't know this really because I hadn't seen it advertised that it was going to happen, and I searched how you could watch this, but one way that you can watch the NFL draft that is totally different than or totally in addition to the other ways is through the Roku channel. So the Roku channel does have, or the Roku the Roku channel does have actually various content, some of which is free. And one of the things that we actually saw with the Roku channel is and I actually turned my Roku on Thursday night, turned it on a little bit later than, not right at the start of the draft. I turned it on a little bit later because I was going to watch it on YouTube TV, where I can actually watch it in delay. I don't have to watch it real time. I can watch it recorded. I already had my I'd gone the day before and configured YouTube to actually record two different versions because there were many channels streaming. You had ESPN, you also had the NFL Network, you had ABC, several channels streaming the NFL Draft, and I set two of those to record. And so I was going to open up the Roku to watch YouTube TV, but I saw a little advertisement. They always have advertisements on the right when you first turn on your Roku device. There was advertisements where you could watch the NFL draft on the Roku channel. And I actually went over there, even though it did not have a chance, an opportunity to actually. You could only watch it live. You couldn't watch it, recorded. But it did show, the first pick of the draft. I believe that was Caleb Williams. Was showing some highlights of him. So he had just been selected in real time. So that was another option where you could do that. One of the things that I wanted to show you today, and by the way, we will be going over some cybersecurity threats out there. We'll be going over some updates that need to happen to Chrome and also to Windows. And we'll be going over, of course, answering your questions today. But I did want to also show you how you can view free content on a platform that everyone that's listening would have access to. Really, whether if you are out there and you're using, really whatever device you're using to stream, you would have access to this. So let me actually switch over. I'm going to switch over to a full screen. I won't have the camera on for this segment because really I want you to see the entire screen. But and I'll verbally describe this for those that are listening on the radio, because I know that many of you are listening on the radio, and we actually would say, if you're not where you can watch right now, definitely don't watch. You can listen in your car or as you're going about your various activities, but do not actually go out and watch this while you're driving down the road. You can watch this on demand, but YouTube has a lot of content for free. We've gone over some of this, but I just wanted to go over it in more detail. Now, first of all, YouTube is available on computers. It's available on smartphones. It's available on tablets. So if you have an iPad, an iPhone, an Android tablet, an Android phone, you will be able to access YouTube. If you have a computer, you will be able to access YouTube. Also, if you have a TV, even the smart TVs that aren't very smart. And what do I mean by a smart TV that's not very smart? Well, if you have a smart TV that labels itself as a smart TV, and most TVs today label themselves as smart TVs, but many of them actually they only have a set number of apps that are built into them. Typically, you're going to have YouTube, you're going to have a browser, you're going to have Netflix. You may have a few other apps, but you're not going to have major apps that you can actually install. You can't, for instance, install the ESPN Plus app or the NFL app or the Major League Baseball app unless you have actually a smart TV that's based on Roku, the Roku operating system, or one that's based on the Amazon Fire Stick or Apple TV. We'll actually pick this up in the next segment because we have a caller on the line, and I want to get to him. So we're going over to the line. We have Dan on the line. Welcome to a Faster PC Live Technical Support, Dan. How can we help you today?
Good morning, Brian.
Good morning.
I have a computer with Windows 10.
Yes.
And I checked into converting over to Windows 11, but it says my computer is not quite capable. Now, what it says, and I don't really understand that because my computer is just amazingly fast. It has a solid-state hard drive,
right,
with lots of space available, and it's just incredibly fast.
Yes.
But it says that there's a problem in some sort of a secure startup, And also it says that my processor is not adequate.
Right.
And it's Intel 2022 or 2320, I think it is. At any rate, I remember a couple of years ago when Windows 11 first came out, you said you were working on something that
Yes.
would make it installable, even
Yes.
though Microsoft says it's
Right.
not capable.
Right, we can in most cases install Windows 11 even when the hardware doesn't fully support Windows 11. So Microsoft has added some additional security features to Windows 11, and those security features, what they do is they actually will provide extra encryption. Right now, if you have UEFI and you have a BitLocker where it encrypts the data on your drive, in the old way of doing things, the data was actually sent to the processor through an unencrypted portion of the motherboard, and that with physical access to the computer, that information can be hacked and the BitLocker key can be cracked, and your data on the drive can be captured, if it's taken to another drive. We are running out of time in this segment, but hang on to the next segment and I'll actually finish answering this.
We're here, we're ready to answer your computer questions, and we'll be right back to do that. Computer problems? You need a faster PC.
This is Brian Longworth, host of A Faster PC Radio, where we answer your computer questions for free every Saturday from 10 to 11 a.m. But it gets even better than that.
Now, wait a minute. How could it possibly get any better than that?
Yes, Cliff. A Faster PC has technicians standing by every Saturday ready to work on your computer.
Wait a minute. Technicians standing by on a Saturday?
Well, Cliff, A Faster PC has technicians standing by Monday through Friday for standard and emergency service, both in-shop and on-site. That means you can bring your computer to A Faster PC, or A Faster PC can come to you. And if you need computer service in a hurry, we offer emergency service both in-shop and on-site. We can handle anything from software installs, viruses, spyware, to multi-site VPN networking. Computer problems?
You need a faster PC.
A Faster PC, conveniently located at 7186 South US 1, Port St. Lucie, and on the web at afasterpc.com. For more information, call 878-5978. 878-5978. Computer problems? You need a Faster PC.
A faster PC has been here, and as Florida begins to open for business,
The faster PC.
will remain open to repair computers 9 to 5 Monday through Friday and 9 to 2 Saturdays. We offer curbside drop-off and pickup and on-site service where a faster PC can come to you. And we can fix many computer problems remotely without requiring any in-person contact. A faster PC is also working to help our customers set up remote access so that employees can continue to work and be productive from home. Computer problems?
You need a faster PC.
A faster PC is conveniently located at 7190 South US 1 next to the new Dollar General in Port St. Lucie, and on the web at
www.afasterpc.com.
that's www.afasterpc.com. For more information, call 878-5978. Again, that's 772-878-5978. Even in times like these, when you have computer problems,
You need a faster PC.
welcome back to A Faster PC Radio. I know you've been waiting, a whole few minutes for the next segment of today's show. If you've been waiting to give us a call so that you can get your computer question answered, well, now's a great time to give us a call. Give us a call. The number here at the studio is 772-340-1590. 772-340-1590. Of course, if you're a little bit shy, maybe you don't want to call and be on the radio, this is your opportunity, by the way, if you do want to be on the radio. But if you're a little bit shy, maybe you don't want to be on the radio, you don't want people to hear what you say, then you can actually head over to our Facebook video. It's a live Facebook video going on right now. You can head over there. Just go to www.afasterpc.com. click on the link to listen to a Faster PC radio. That'll take you to our Facebook page, or you can go to Facebook, search for a Faster PC. You'll find our page. We have between 22 and 23,000 likes. You'll be able to actually get over there, scroll down on the page a little bit. You'll see the live video, and you can type your question into the comment section. Now, your question doesn't have to be on what we've been talking about. It can be on any topic as long as it's computer related. So head over there and you can be on the show, or just give us a call, 772-340-1590. We did also want to remind you that we have technicians standing by ready to resolve computer problems. Our number in the shop is 772-878-5978, and we are located at 7190 South US 1 in Port St. Lucie. Again, the number is 772-878-5978. Computer problems?
You need a faster PC.
That's right, and we are back ready to answer your computer and technical questions. So give us a call back if you are 772-340-1590 if you have any questions you want us to cover, and we will actually go over that. So we're getting back to Dan, and Dan had a question, and I actually was one of the things we're actually looking at, we're answering his question. I'm going to continue doing that. So Dan's question was, he has Windows 10 on his computer right now, and with Windows 10, he's getting a message, that, well, first of all, Microsoft is going to be ending support for Windows 10 next year. I believe, I don't recall, it's either in September or October of next year. So that will be happening next year, and I don't, like I said, I don't remember the exact date, but it's not immediate, but you're gonna want to, if you're using Windows 10, you're gonna want to actually get an update, have that update done, and get over there so that you can have that installed, so that you can get the Windows. So what happens when you don't have support anymore? You don't have the security updates, and typically they'll give you maybe 2 updates a month, but you're not getting all the updates. And then at some point the browsers stop supporting the operating system, and they stop creating new versions for the operating system. And at that point, some websites will stop working properly, because websites developers are working on making sure their websites look good and work properly in all the different major browsers. And what happens is if your browser is not able to update, at some point, some of those sites are going to stop working, and then more and more of those sites are going to stop working. And even with that, you're going to have situations where things just aren't running properly. And so what you're going to want to do is you are going to want to either replace your computer or upgrade it to Windows 11. So the issue with hardware, when you go to, and you may have seen this, let me switch over to a full screen, and I'll actually switch over and I'll verbally describe this for those watching on or listening on the radio. You can't watch on the radio, but hey, you can listen on the radio. You can watch on our Facebook page or YouTube channel at your convenience later on. But I'm going to click on Start and then go up to Settings. Now, my settings is in a folder that I've created. If I had Windows 10 and I clicked on Start, the Start button, by the way, would be in the lower left-hand corner. I would click there, and up above, I would actually have a cog or a gear that would indicate settings. With Windows 11, it's a little bit different. You're not actually going to see what I'm talking about, but you'll actually see when you go to Windows settings. I'll actually show you where you would go. You would go to Windows Update. I have Windows 11 on my computer, so my computer obviously can't update to Windows 11. It already has Windows 11. But if I had Windows 10, there would be a little message here that may say that it would be checking to see whether there was an issue with my or whether I could update to Windows 11 or not. There may also be a message that your computer hardware is not compatible with Windows 11. And what that means is, first of all, they do want you to have UEFI for your boot. So your computer, the old way of booting is it's CSM or CMS. I get the letters mixed up there. But what it is, it's the old way of booting. A lot of our diagnostics, our older diagnostics, we have to run in that with that type of boot. The newer computers actually aren't capable of booting that way in quite a few cases. But the new way of booting is more secure. It's UEFI. And Microsoft's going to want that to happen. They're also going to want your processor to be fairly new. So your processor does all the math. Everything that happens on a computer is mathematical calculations. And the processor does the mathematical calculations. And the issue here is that newer processors actually have a TPM chip that's built into the processor, whereas older processors have a TPM chip on the motherboard. And as I was explaining in the last segment, one of the things that is important to do is to encrypt the data on your drive. And so to encrypt the data on your drive, you need a TPM chip. And if that TPM chip is not on the processor, then the data is actually sent from the drive to the TPM chip unencrypted. There's actually a video out on YouTube where you can actually go out and you can watch this, but with YouTube, on this video, a young guy has a little device that cost him about $15. He did have to program it, but with this device and a screwdriver, he takes a Lenovo laptop. It's an older Lenovo laptop. In about 45 seconds, including removing the bottom cover of this laptop, he's able to crack the BitLocker key. So BitLocker is it's a type of encryption that Microsoft supports that encrypts the data on your drive. And the way this protects your computer is that if your computer were stolen, or maybe you upgrade the drive or replace the drive, that drive, if you take that drive to another computer, that computer would have a different motherboard. It would have a different TPM chip, and what would happen is the drive would not be able to be read without the BitLocker key or the encryption key if another type of encryption is used. So that BitLocker key would need to be known. So this vulnerability is where the BitLocker key can be cracked so that drive can be taken to another computer and unlocked. Now it does need, the hacker would need physical access to your computer. So, you have to realize this is not something that, someone's going to be able to sit in India or in Russia, unless you live in India or you live in Russia or you happen to be there. They're not going to be able to get access to your computer. It's not like something that's going to happen over the internet. Someone would actually have to have physical access to the computer, but with that physical access, they would be able to, with the right tools, and again, the tool that this young guy on YouTube had cost him about $15, and of course he had to have some knowledge about this as well. But he was able within about 45 seconds to crack that BitLocker key. So Microsoft does a check to see whether your processor has TPM built into it. Now, if your processor is an AMD Ryzen processor, Generation 3 or newer, it has TPM built into the processor. If it's an Intel i-Series processor, that's 8th generation, it has TPM built into the processor. If it's earlier than those, it doesn't. And Intel and AMD both have lower end processors that you'll have to just look at those, probably just look at the settings or Windows updates in Windows Update section in settings to see whether it supports it supports TPM or it supports Windows 11, which would mean that TPM would be built into the CPU. Now with this, it does give you that extra protection and that extra security that the data is not going to be sent from the drive to the processor or to the TPM chip unencrypted, because the TPM chip is on the processor itself. Now, there is a way to bypass this, and we actually, when we create the Windows 11 bootable media, the utility that we use to create that gives us the option of disabling the hardware check. And so what this does is it tells Windows tells the Windows installation, the Windows 11 installation, to not check the hardware to see whether it's compatible or not. So Windows 11 can be, using this technology, can be installed on a computer that's not capable of otherwise of going to Windows 11. It can be installed there. However, you won't have all of the features and all the security benefits of the newer processor. So it's not going to be as secure as a new system with a newer processor that does support TPM, that has TPM built into the processor, but it still will be much more secure than running Windows 10 after Microsoft stops updating or stops supporting Windows 10. Again, that's going to happen, I believe it's either September or October of next year. And so it's not going to be immediately. It's not something you have to take action on right away. But I can tell you that this past week we had one of our clients that has two computers, neither of which have TPM built into the processor, and they want to get ahead of the curve and go to Windows 11 right now. And so they actually contacted us, and this past week, they're, by the way, managed services clients, so they didn't have to actually pay for us to do this work, because they're paying a monthly fee. And that monthly fee covers our, the remote support that we do. It covers in-shop labor for them. Some of our managed services clients have on-site add-ons as well. Some have cybersecurity add-ons. So there's various levels of support we can provide. But with this particular client, we were able to update both of their computers. Again, neither of which would allow the standard install. We would not allow that to happen, but we were able to do this, by the way, remotely, without actually having to go to their location or them to bring their computers into us, or even have really any downtime, so to speak. We were able to do this after hours, after they were finished using the computer. We're able to update both of these computers and get them up to the latest version of Windows. Well, we got them up to Windows 11. The version that we're installing right now is Windows 11 22H2, which came out in the second half of 2022, and it is, by the way, not the latest version. 23H2 came out toward the end of last year, and so many of the computers are updating to that after we install them. They're getting updated to that, and so that's one way that we can do it. Another way we can do it is just to update the system, to a new system. And we build new systems. We can get new laptops for you as well, custom order those. We can also, update your existing computer. This past week, one of our clients, we actually took them from Windows XP. They've had a point of sale system that's been running Windows XP, and the owner, kept saying, well, and they actually had problems with it this last year. And at that point, what happened was they said, well, and we told them, well, you can actually, utilize, you can we could build you a new computer and you could go with that, or we could actually and by the way, their computer was down, so they needed something right away. We actually had a used XP system in the shop. We were able to move their drive over to it. It was close enough that we were able to actually boot up into Windows, get everything running, and the owner was like, well, it works, so let's just keep using it. But then she needed some help with the software company, and you know what, it's very difficult for a software company to support Windows XP anymore. Most of the remote support utilities won't run on XP. It's too old. And so we actually, what we did is this past week, we built them a new Windows 11 computer. It's a new 8th generation AMD processor, AMD Ryzen processor, and we were able to build that with Windows 11. We were able to work with their software support to get their point of sale software on there. They still support that same software that they have, and we were able to get the data over there, so they didn't lose anything. We set that up yesterday, and they're also going to be utilizing our cloud backup system. That way, we will be able to back up their data really throughout the day. We'll be able to back up their data. Anytime they have problems, we'll be able to back up that data, keep it secure, and they're not going to have to worry about if they have fire, if they have theft, if they have sabotage, if they have ransomware. Their data is going to be backed up and protected, and of course their computer has the latest technology and all the security. So whichever way you choose, we can help you. We can help make your computer more secure and help protect your system by ensuring that you get updates.
Still there, Brian?
Yeah, so
Brian,
we actually have to go to a break right now, but if you want to pick up, we'll come back on the next segment.
Station every Saturday in the 10 o'clock hour. We're going to take a quick break, but we'll be right back for the final segment of today's show. Listen, if you want to get your computer questions answered and you haven't called in, now's your opportunity. In fact, this is your last opportunity coming up. 772-340-1590. 772-340-1590. You can also head over to our Facebook page, and you can actually, from the Facebook page, you can type your computer questions into the comment section of the live video, and we'll cover them on today's show. But you know what? You've got to get over there right now, or give us a call, 772-340-1590, so we can answer your computer questions. Computer problems? You need a faster PC.
From the founding of our company, A Faster PC has provided our customers with quality service and computer products at competitive prices. We find that in the current economy, this is more important than ever. A Faster PC recently conducted a market survey and found that our prices are the least expensive in the area. Some of our competitors charge twice what we charge. Perhaps that's why more customers are turning to A Faster PC. We're helping our customers save money by repairing their computers rather than replacing them.
Now, wait a minute. You mean A Faster PC saves customers money?
A Faster PC offers the most competitive prices for computer repair in our area.
Wait a minute. Technicians that know what they're doing for less than the competition?
That's right. A Faster PC can handle anything from software installs, virus, spyware, and malware, and those annoying pop-ups, to QuickBooks, Metisoft, and SoftIn support, from wireless networks to hardware networks. Computer problems?
You need a faster PC.
Conveniently located at 7186 South US 1, Port St. Lucie, and on the web at afasterpc.com. Call 878-5978. Computer problems? You need a faster PC.
This is Brian Longworth, host of A Faster PC Radio, where we answer your computer questions for free every Saturday from 10 to 11 a.m. But it gets even better than that.
Now, wait a minute. How could it possibly get any better than that?
Yes, Cliff. A Faster PC has technicians standing by every Saturday ready to work on your computer.
Wait a minute. Technicians standing by on a Saturday?
Well, Cliff, A Faster PC has technicians standing by Monday through Friday for standard and emergency service, both in-shop and on-site. That means you can bring your computer to A Faster PC or A faster PC can come to you. And if you need computer service in a hurry, we offer emergency service both in-shop and on-site. We can handle anything from software installs, viruses, spyware, to multi-site VPN networking. Computer problems?
You need a faster PC.
A Faster PC, conveniently located at 7186 South US 1, Port St. Lucie, and on the web at afasterpc.com. For more information, call 878-5978. 878-5978. Computer problems? You need a Faster PC.
Welcome back to A Faster PC Radio. This is the last segment of today's show. We'd love to answer your computer questions, but if you don't call, we can't answer. Give us a call. The number to have your computer question answered is 772-340-1590, 772-340-1590, or you can hop on over to our Facebook page, A Faster PC, and actually from there, you can type your question into the comment section. So again, just a few more minutes to answer your questions. We did want to remind you also that not only can you ask your questions at the Facebook page or by calling 772-340-1590, but you can also watch the video as well. So some of the questions that I'm answering, as I answer those questions, I'll be able actually to show you the steps that you go through to resolve computer problems. And if you're not where you can watch it right now, that's fine. You can watch it at your convenience shortly after the show's over. It'll be up there on our Facebook page. You can get there one of two ways. Either go to our website, afasterpc.com. We have a link that says listen to A Faster PC Radio. If you click on that, it'll take you to our Facebook page, or go to Facebook and search for A Faster PC. We also wanted to remind you that in the shop we have technicians standing by today to work on computers and resolve computer problems. We're at 7190 South US 1, and our number in the office is 772-878-5978. And of course, we're here to answer your questions. Well, your computer questions, and we could answer other questions, but we're here specifically to answer computer questions. Computer problems? You need a faster PC.
That's right, and we are back ready to answer your computer and technical questions. So, hey, if you have questions, give us a call, 772-340-1590, 772-340-1590. A Faster PC live technical support. We will answer your questions. And one thing that I did want to, we did want to give you, we have some warnings out there on cybersecurity, some things that are happening out there that you actually need to actually be aware of on the cybersecurity front. So first of all, if you have a Windows-based computer, you need to make sure that you have installed Windows updates. Microsoft does release updates. Typically, they have a scheduled update that happens the second Tuesday of the month, or sometimes the Wednesday after the second Tuesday, or the Thursday after the second Tuesday, and so you can actually, that happened earlier this month, and it happens every month. Really, if you have a Windows-based computer, you want to make sure that you get those updates installed. Also, if you later on in the month, what they do is they actually have what's called zero-day threats. And a zero-day threat is a threat that by the time it's actually discovered is already being used by hackers to exploit the threat that is out there. And so later in the month they will have updates that can't wait until that second Tuesday, and they'll roll those out. And they did just roll out updates, and I'll just go over here how you can actually, with Windows 10 or Windows 11, those are the only two operating systems that Microsoft has out now that they are still supporting and providing these updates for. So if you have Windows 8, Windows 8.1, Windows 7, you're going to need to get those operating systems updated at least to Windows 10, so that you can actually get so that you can actually have things updated, and you can install these critical updates and have this running on your system. So what we're going to do is I'm going to actually show you how to do this real quick. So we're going to click start, the start button, and again, if you have Windows 10, the little gear or cog will be up above the start button on the left hand side. But with Windows 11, it typically will be right in the settings. I've actually grouped my icons, but I can actually click on settings. You could also search for settings in either of those. Then you want to actually click on Windows Updates. As soon as settings opens up, click on Windows Updates and let it search for Windows Updates. Your computer may also have already updated, or may have notified you that an update is waiting for a restart. And you may see this symbol, this circular symbol. That's kind of I guess that's their restart symbol. And you may see that in the lower right hand corner of the taskbar near the clock. I actually had mine there, and I rebooted and it installed the updates. So you'll want to make sure that you get those updates installed. And we're going to the lines. We have Earl on the line. Welcome to A Faster PC Live Technical Support. Earl, how can we help you today?
Okay, my question, I have a Dell laptop computer, and the screen shows that the battery is totally gone. And is it possible to get a battery? And if so, is it worth my while? The computer's about 6 years old. It's hardly ever been used, but
yeah. So the thing is, yeah, it is possible to replace batteries, and what we can do on that, we typically, you're probably not going to get a Dell battery. You're going to get a aftermarket battery, but we do that. And you would need to bring the computer into our shop, and we can actually pull the battery out and make sure that we get the correct replacement part and get that shipped to us. And then what we can do is sometimes customers will leave the computer with us in the interim. Sometimes they will actually take the computer and use it without the battery, or if the battery is not in too bad a shape, that they can actually take that battery, take the battery in the system, or again, with the newer batteries are actually harder, or excuse me, they're softer, and they're internal, and they actually swell when they're bad. And if they swell too much, they're going to start impacting certain components in the computer. Quite often, parts of the keyboard or the touchpad on a laptop, and they can start causing issues that way. But the real issue is that the newer batteries are lithium-ion batteries. They are explosive. And given, when at some point when they expand so much, they will actually be punctured, catch on fire. You don't want that to happen. We've had some customers that have had this happen in their house. We had one customer that had this happen on their kitchen bar. And a lot of times people don't even realize that there's a problem with the battery. But I would encourage you to get that taken care of. And if it's if it's not an internal battery, if it's an external battery, then you're not going to have the issue of it catching on fire, because the external batteries have a hard plastic coating, and they were a different technology back then. They're not as explosive, and they're protected by a hard plastic coating. But the internal batteries definitely are very, very volatile. And you don't want to play around with those. You want to either get them removed from your computer, or removed and replaced. And so yeah, we can help you with that. You can bring your computer into us. We're at 7190 South US 1. We also could come to you as well. It's a little bit more expensive if we come to you, but you can bring it into us, and we can actually open it up. If it's an internal battery, we can see what type of battery it is, and we can make sure that is that we can get that the correct part ordered for you and get that replaced so that you can use it. Now, you mentioned that your computer's not used very much and you're not really sure why it went bad. And here's a few things. One is that batteries, a lot of people leave their computer plugged in all the time, and their battery's at 100%. What happens when your battery is between 80 and 100% is there's so much movement in the cells that it wears out the cells. Doesn't happen overnight. It won't happen really quickly, but over time, sometimes a year, sometimes 2 or 3, sometimes in your case, you're saying 6, you can have the battery totally wear out. Now, also, if the battery goes too low for too long, it can actually die very quickly. So if it's below 20%, you have so little activity happening in the cells that you can get corrosion that sets in. And if you go down all the way down to 0, I had a lithium-ion battery for a cordless drill, and it discharged, and I had it in my van, and I meant to recharge it, and I forgot. And like a month or 2 later, I tried to recharge it. I was not able to recharge it. It was totally dead. And so you never want to leave the battery totally discharged. You want to. It's really best to keep it about in the middle or at least below 80%. Lenovo has a software program called Lenovo Vantage, and part of the features with that is the conservation mode. And with conservation mode, depending on the version of the software, the version of the hardware, if conservation mode is turned on, it either will prevent the computer from charging over 60% or over 80%. The newer versions do it over up to 80% and prevent it from charging above that. But that way you can actually keep the computer plugged in without actually killing the battery early, and that's a great way to actually help protect your system. And so you may want to obviously you have a Dell. If you have a Dell, if you have an HP, if you have an Acer, if you have an Asus and another brand laptop, one of the ways you can utilize one of the things you can utilize to keep your computer plugged in but not overcharging is you can actually use a timer. And there are automatic manual timers, and there are automatic timers where you can actually a smart one where you can actually program it to turn on every so often, to turn off every so often, and you would have to play around with how often you would need to have it turned on and for how long, and how often and long you would need to have it turned off to be able to keep it kind of in a middle range. You might have it turned on for 30 minutes and off for an hour, and also the amount you have to have it turned on is going to depend on your usage. If you're using it, it's going to require more power than if you're not using it. So those are some things you can do to help preserve your battery and help keep it working longer. Another thing, I actually configure my laptop where it warns me when my laptop battery is at 20%. And then, I do have Lenovo, so I have, typically I'm not charging it above 80%. But by the way, if I was going somewhere and I needed to, let's say I'm going to a conference, I could actually turn off conservation mode and let it charge all the way to 100% so that I would have maximum runtime while I'm at that conference, and I would be able to use it for longer before having to plug it in. So those are some options that you can do, whether you have a Lenovo or another, give you a few options, but we can definitely help you with that. What we see quite often is people coming into our shop and they're complaining that their computer is doing odd things, or that there's something wrong with their touchpad, or that when they're actually trying that their cursor's jumping around to different parts of the screen and different parts of the page, and they're wondering why this is happening. and we look at their computer and we see that underneath the touchpad, or maybe in the front of the computer, it actually physically goes up. It's not just a straight line from left to right. You actually have where the battery is swelling and is impacting on right underneath the touchpad. And so it can, a lot of times that's when people notice that there's a problem. They don't really realize that it's the battery, but we have spotted that, and we've actually helped to be able to point that out, and then to either remove the battery and leave it out, or remove it and replace it, so that it's actually that there's not the fire risk, and you're not going to have a risk of further damaging components in your computer. So very, very important, especially with newer computers, to take care of that issue so that you don't have a fire risk in your house.
And we're coming to the end of today's show, but if you've missed any part of this show, or just want to listen to it again or watch it again, because you can do that at our Facebook page and YouTube channel. You can not only hear the show, but also see the show. And when we've described and shown you how to resolve computer problems, you can actually see that and watch it over and over again at our Facebook page or our YouTube channel. You can get there by going to our website at fasterpc.com and clicking on the links. We're open today until 2 p.m. Monday through Friday, we're open from 9 to 5, and next Saturday, we'll be open from 9 to 2. We want to invite you to listen to our church radio show tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. here on WPSL. The title to tomorrow's sermon is, I set before you today life and death. Choose life, part 3, created in His image. You can listen to other sermons on our church website, covenanttabernacle.com, or our church Facebook page, Covenant Tabernacle World Outreach Center. You can find a Faster PC's Facebook page and YouTube channel by searching for a Faster PC on Facebook and YouTube, or by going to our website and clicking on the links. While there, you can actually watch the show, not only hear the show, but also watch the show and see the steps that we go through to actually resolve computer problems. A Faster PC is conveniently located at 7190 South US 1 on the east side of US 1, just north of Rio Mar. We're also on the web at www.afasterpc.com. Again, that's afasterpc.com. And you can reach us at 772-878-5978. Again, 772-878-5978. Computer problems?
Don't you know by now you need a faster PC?
Before God created civil government, He created family. Before He created even the church, God created family. Families play a vital role in training the next generation. Commit today to nurturing and supporting families, especially your own. Families that are committed to God and each other can play a vital role in transforming our churches, cities, states, and nation.
This is WPSL Port St. Lucie.